Hey everyone, Robert Ferringo of Doc Sports here with your free play video for Friday, September 8th. If you enjoyed this free play video and others like it, be sure to like and subscribe. Also, make sure that you take advantage of the free $60 link down in the description that will take you right to the Doc Sports website where you can have $60, same as cash, to be used towards any handicapper, any package, and any plays that you want. For example, our top football plays are $30 over at Docs. So we're basically giving you two free plays. In a minute, I will get to some of two free plays, two big plays. We will get to the big plays that I'm going to have this weekend in the NFL in a minute. But yeah, take advantage of that $60. There's a lot of big plays flying around our site right now for this weekend. People have been waiting for months and months for NFL Week 1, and we're pretty excited about it, and you should be too. So, all right, get to the free play in a minute. I want to talk a little bit about last night's game. Raise your hand if you are still nursing a hangover from the Thursday night football game. Thursday's crazy anyway because that's when we release our football picks at Doc Sports, so it's already a build-up all week. You have that tension, you have that pressure of picking which games and cutting games, and you're making calls and you're doing write-ups and you're handling all of this stuff. Get the picks posted by 6 o'clock. Then you got a Thursday night game going, which just happened to be the opener between the Lions and the Chiefs. So it was a big day, big day yesterday, and it was a nice release to have a great game to open the season with. It was an even better game if you had the under like I did, and I didn't bet the side in that game. Didn't like it. Didn't love the number. Congratulations to those that hit on the Lions and those that hit with the money line. Look, I guess the hype around Detroit that we've been hearing for the last 4 or 5 months, somewhat validated. It's only 1 week. They have 16 games to go, 17 weeks to go, so we will see. Just some snap judgment takeaways. I didn't think either team looked very good. I think Kansas City's in a little bit of trouble. Their offensive tackles are terrible. I knew Donovan Smith was bad. I expected a little bit more from Juwan Taylor, but he was getting abused last night. I mean, Aiden Hutchinson is legit. He's the truth. I said to someone last night, he's like a young Howie Long. That's what I think of when I see Aiden Hutchinson play. He's the real deal. The refs were awful. Hutchinson was getting manhandled all night. Kudos to the guys that were calling the game for pointing out some of the egregious missed calls last night. But Kansas City, the receivers are not good. I don't expect Travis Kelce back anytime soon. Defensively, they are who they are. I knew that their defense would step up without Chris Jones. It's a big part of the reason why I liked that under last night. And they played well, but I think Kansas City's in a little bit of trouble. I mean, look, they have Patrick Mahomes, who almost single-handedly won that game against a playoff caliber team. So they're going to be fine, Mahomes and Reed. But, we're talking about the defending Super Bowl champion, one of the favorites to win the Super Bowl this year. They didn't look like it. And not just because they lost, even if they win that game, okay? Even if they didn't screw up the last 5 minutes of that game and they get the ball back and they go down and they kick a field goal and they win 23-21, my takeaway about them would still be the same. With Detroit, what is going to be interesting, I'm kind of excited that they won and that they covered because, like I mentioned, that hype is just going to keep building on them. I want to see how that team performs as a favorite. All right, they have been ridiculous. I think they're 25-11 against the spread now in their last 36 games. They've been an underdog for the majority of those games. They were an underdog last night. They get to play that underdog card. I want to see them perform in the favorite role. How are they going to be when they're laying 4, 4.5, 6, 3 points? It's a big adjustment. It's mentally a bigger adjustment than people care to admit when you go from being the hunter to the hunted. So as the W's start to pile up, the expectations are already there for Detroit. It's going to be interesting to see them face teams that they're better than and just boot stomp them. That's a separator between the really, really good teams in the NFL and just kind of the mediocre teams, really. So where is Detroit gonna fall? So those are just some snap judgment thoughts about last night's game. All right, you came here for a free play. Let's give you a free play. I'm very angry. Well, first, let's talk about the card a little bit, okay? Because I'm sure some of you watching this are clients, some of you are not. Those that are clients are probably like, oh my God, what are you doing this weekend? Big card. big NFL Week 1 card. This is always one of my biggest cards of the year, and the reasons are simple. I have been breaking down these games. I've been staring at these numbers for months. Okay, you give me months to prepare for something, you're going to get full Ferringo. Okay, I got a 7-unit NFL play. I have a 6-unit NFL play on Sunday. I have a 6-unit NFL play on Monday Night Football. I have 3 4-unit plays. Those that are familiar with my kind of unique betting system know that I have wider action. I play more games for smaller unit values because it just kind of inoculates you from, that 0-3 week that can wipe you out. I have shown mathematically that my approach to betting can show you more profit over a longer period of time than people that play fewer games. I'm not knocking people that play fewer games. I know there are a lot of bettors out there. Arun Shiva, good friend of mine, great handicapper. Okay, he has 1 play a day. That's it. And he always has been. Always has been. For 15 years, however long we have worked together, 1 play a day. That works for him. It's great. I always say that the best approach to gambling is the one that works for you, the one that you are comfortable with, the one that you find success with. I have a completely opposite approach, perspective, and philosophy that I stick to, and it's been very, very successful to me. So yeah, I am letting it rip this weekend in the NFL. I've gotten off to some really big starts in the past. That's the goal. Hit them hard week 1, and then you're playing with house money the rest of the season. So, I'm excited about that. Now we will get to your free play. All right, today's free play is Seattle against the Rams in Seattle. All right, Seattle is a 5-point favorite in this game. Now, in week 1, there are going to be some upsets. There are going to be some really head-scratching results, some results that nobody sees coming. Today on Friday, Monday morning, we're going to be like, nobody saw that coming in week 1. Happens every year. There will be some nail-biters, and there's going to be some blowouts. This is a game that I have tabbed as a blowout. In fact, I'm very angry that I did not have this game in my card. Should have been a 2 or 3 unit play. I like Seattle. I think this game is going to be a bloodbath. Okay, I am not long on Seattle. There's a lot to like there, but when I look at the teams in the NFL that made the playoffs last year, now statistically speaking, over the last quarter century, roughly half the teams that make the playoffs one year don't make it the next year. So one of the first things I do going into the season, look at that list of teams that made the playoffs last year and say, all right, who are the most likely teams to miss the playoffs this year? Seattle made that list for me. They made the cut. I don't see them going to the playoffs. I don't have them going to the playoffs. Even though they have a lot of good young talent and they have a favorable schedule and they are in a division with 2 of the 3 worst teams in the NFL, one of which is the Rams. The Rams are a mess. Their roster is a mess. Sean McVay, is he all in? Is he not? Is he going to retire after this year, which he's threatened to do several times in the past 4 years? This is one of the least talented rosters in the league. It is the youngest roster by average age, by weighted age, in the NFL. They have 14 rookies on the team. 14! Are you kidding me? Nobody hits on 14 draft picks, people. Okay, so this smells a little bit like a tank and rebuild kind of job. The issue with Matt Stafford is hanging over their head, over this organization's head. Basically, Stafford's contract is a complete anchor around the neck of this team. They went to him and asked him if he could restructure it. He said no, which he has the right to do. He signed the contract. Okay, that's what he gets paid. They got a Super Bowl out of it. I don't blame him for not shuffling around the money or putting himself in a vulnerable position where he could get cut, traded, or something else to help the team. But that's an issue. There's some tension there between Stafford and the front office and probably the coaching staff. And that's part of the reason why they have one of the worst rosters in the NFL. By the way, Stafford's beat. Okay, he is old, he is washed up, he is used up. He is done. He's going to get hurt again this year. He always gets hurt. Tom Brady blew the curve for quarterbacks and how they age. Not everybody's playing until they're 43, people. And not everybody is going to play well at the quarterback position after the age of 35. I don't see Matt Stafford holding up very well with this team and this year. Cooper Kupp is injured. He is out. This offense, I mean, McVay is still going to be able to scheme some things. He's that good. But you would think that if at least Cooper Kupp were healthy, that's 12 catches right there. That's 12 times that Matt Stafford could hit him. 7 or 8 of them probably move the change, probably get some big plays in there. They could generate enough offense. They can manufacture a little bit of offense if they have Cooper Kupp in there at full capacity. He's a special player. They don't have him. They don't have anybody. They're bad on that side of the ball. On the defensive side, they have Aaron Donald, who, again, is Thanos. He's the human version of Thanos. He's unbelievable. But he can't do it himself. And he's surrounded by nobodies. This team is bad. This is a bad team. I had this team ranked number 30 in my NFL Power Rankings, which if you haven't checked out my NFL Power Rankings, go to DocSports.com. Again, a lot of good, valuable, I think it's good, valuable, useful betting information along with how I rank the teams. I'm sure there's some nuggets in there that may influence your thinking, hopefully, this coming weekend on who you like. But I have the Rams ranked 30th. And that's just because Arizona is a complete washout. And I don't like the Colts. I think the Colts are terrible, and I'm not high on Anthony Richardson. Of course, I keep saying that. I've been saying that so much against Anthony Richardson this weekend that he is absolutely going to have a monster game and probably burn me with Indianapolis. But yeah, I like Seattle. Take number 478 Seattle, -5 over the Rams. It'll be very suspect if Seattle doesn't win this one by 10 or more points. That will raise some eyebrows for me. The Rams have covered 5 straight in this series. I just don't see that streak continuing. That seems like that's ready to pop. So that's it. Take Seattle. Also, if you like free plays, if you enjoy free plays, I have another one. It's not a video, it is written. But if you go on our website and find Doc Sports newsletter, there's actually 12 free plays from all of the handicappers. And that I have a free play in there from the Cleveland-Cincinnati game on Sunday. I'm not going to tip my hand as to who I like. But go check that out. Pick up some free plays from some of the other guys as well as myself. NFL Week 1. It is here, people. Good luck to all of you. Carpe diem. And good luck.